and from Wise Moves Yoga. Today's session is a Vinyasa flow. So working through our moves nice and quickly to get us warm, full body workout, bit of strength in there today. So we're going to start with a warm up that moves into the wrists and into the shoulders. A little bit of core work as well. Let's start fingers interlaced. We're going to start our yoga breathing in and out through your nose, sitting up nice and tall, and I'm pressing the top of my feet into the floor so I'm not too heavy on the knees. If this is uncomfortable for you, then you might have your legs sitting in cross leg or straight out in front. Interlace, left thumb on the bottom, right thumb on the top, and then we're rolling that wrist range round as much as you can. Testing forward, back, left, right, each range of motion that you can find. And press them out in front. Little tilt of the palm forward and back. Then lifting all the way up, eye gaze down towards the knees. Keep that breathing nice and controlled, and then all the way up. Going to drop the hands back behind the head, elbows back nice and wide, a little lean out to one side. Nothing too strong just yet. Come back to center and then all the way to the other side. Coming back to center, elbows come to touch in front of the nose. Chin tucks tightly into your chest. Nice slow breathing. Then lifting up, elbows nice and wide, eye gaze all the way to the roof. Reach the palms out nice and wide, a good roll of your wrists all the way around, dropping into the shoulders a little. Reach those knuckles out in front, press the shoulder blades back behind you, ears tucking in nice and tightly between your arms. Come back to center out. Cactus moves, elbows moving back behind the body, hands moving back behind the body, eye gaze up to your left fingers. And all the way out to the other side. Coming back to your center, pressing out. This time we're adding a little extra strength as we reach as far across as we can, hips moving across the other side of the body. Eye gaze up to your fingers. Breathe, come back to center, a little stronger out to the other side. Breathing in, we're coming back to center, interlace back behind the body, heart coming forward, eye gaze lifting all the way up. Chin tucking tightly to chest. Coming back to center and releasing. Let's get started with our flow. A little roll of the shoulders, drawing the belly in, hands move to your heart center. Settle back into that breathing. Concentrating on that inhale being nice and long. Exhale nice and long. Full breath in, look up. And on your exhale, release your hands, then float the arms all the way back up, lift up, look up. We're coming forward into our down dog position, palms flat, heels up to the floor, hips to the sky. I'm going to send the right leg all the way to the roof, really kick back and extend, pressing through all 10 fingers to help with balance. And then look forward, come up onto your toes and bring that right foot all the way in between your hands. And press that back leg to the mat, open up to your open side to find your triangle move. Eye gaze all the way up to the roof. Take a look down at your toes. Come to our revolve triangle. Top palm drops in, lengthen up, look up. Take a look down at toes. Hands come either side of that front foot. Bend your front knee as much as you need to. Going to sit all the way back to find our three-legged dog. Kick that leg all the way to the roof. Kick out, nice and long. Slide your foot to the floor. Same moves on the other side. Left leg to float, lift up. Lengthen, press up onto the toes, move forward just a little bit, knee tucks in towards the belly button, then slide your foot to the floor. Press out, push out for triangle, open side. Take a look down at your toes all the way to the other. Take a look down at your toes, hands either side, bend your front leg, swivel to the toes on the back leg, find your three-legged dog. Now as these toes move to the floor, you're pressing forward to plank. You can drop to your knees if you need to. Chest lowers down to the floor. Inhale to press up. Exhale to move back. Pressing the heels to the floor, drawing the belly in. Taking a breather here. Same round again. Right leg all the way up to the roof. Bring it forward. Drop your foot to the mat. Press out to straight legs. Open up. Come all the way through for triangle. Hands come back to the mat. Lean forward a little. Kick all the way back. Three-legged dog. Slide that foot to the floor. Changing legs, left leg to float all the way up. Move forward, lift up onto the toes, tuck knee into nose, then foot to the floor. Heel drops to the mat, triangle. Across for a revolved. Lean forward, hands come to the mat, press into that knee, lift up for three-legged dog. Your foot comes to the mat, then we're pressing forward to plank. You could drop to knees if you need to, chest comes low. Press up. Tuck all the way back for down dog. Come back down to your knees. Take a little rest and a roll here. So we're going to keep that flow, but we're going to add that vinyasa in the middle, the plank, chaturanga, and then up dog. Okay, just to add a little bit of extra strength. Hands pressing to your heart. Take the breath. On your exhale, hands release. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to move forward back into your down dog. Tuck your toes. As soon as your heels come to land, right leg to float. Look forward, press forward, come into foot right in between your hands. Open up for triangle, lengthen up. All the way across for revolved. Hands come back to the mat and we're sweeping up three-legged dog. Press forward into plank as the toes come to touch the ground. Use your knees if you need to. Chest comes low. Press up, push up, heart lifts. Exhale, move back. As soon as your heels come to land, left leg to float. Look forward, come up onto the toes, left foot in between your hands. Press into straight legs to find your triangle. Lift up and look up. Looking down at your toes all the way across. Hands come back down to the mat, a little lean forward, swivel to back foot, straight away up to three-legged dog. As the toes come to touch, you're moving forward into plank, chest comes low. Press up, push up. Move your hips back, hang here. Gonna add on to those moves, right leg to float up, long stride in between. Press to triangle, lift and reach. Take a breath, come back all the way to revolve. Hands come back to the mat, folding nice and deep for your pyramid pose. Back foot pressing all the way back. Then lean forward, come up onto your toes, find three-legged dog, right leg all the way to the roof. As you press forward, your toes come to touch. Use your knees if you need to, chest to the floor. Press away from the mat. All the way back. As soon as your heel comes to touch, left leg. All the way up, nice and long. Look forward, press forward, bring your foot in between your hands. Press out into straight legs, look up towards the roof. Come across your body all the way to the other side. Take a look down at your toes, fold in for our pyramid pose. Hands come back to the mat, swivel up onto your toes, left foot to the roof, three-legged dog. As you press forward and toes come to touch, you're in plank. Use your knees if you need to, chest comes to the floor. Press up, push up. Move all the way back. Holding here. Good, strong press to the mat. Draw your belly in. Gently release knees to the mat. Press all the way back for child's pose. Breathe in, slide your hands to your knees, pull your shoulders back, rest. Little roll of your wrists. If you find it really heavy on your wrists, you need to remember to press all 10 fingers to the floor when you're in your down dog and your plank positions. Okay? We're going to add on to our flow now. Moving nice and quickly. Hopefully you can remember that first section, and then just as we add on the new pieces each time. Okay? Hands pressing. Exhale to release. Inhale to lengthen up. We're making your way to down dog, palms flat. As soon as your heels come to touch, right leg to float all the way up. Take a look forward, move forward, bring your foot in between your hands, pressing out, triangle. Pressing out, revolve. Hands come to the mat, fold in. Lean forward, kick up. Toes come to the mat, chest comes to the floor. Press away. As soon as your heels come to touch into down dog, left leg to float all the way up. Take a look forward, move forward, bring your foot in between your hands. Pressing out, triangle, open up. Take a look down at your toes, bring your arms all the way through. Hands either side of your foot, they might be at your shins as you fold in a little deeper for pyramid. Then press forward, so you bend that front leg, toes lift, toes stay grounded on the back leg. As soon as you kick up, then toes come forward. Fold into your chaturanga, then up dog. Move all the way back. Right leg to float, lift all the way up. This time foot comes in between your hands and we're going to hold here in this nice lunge position. Lift up, reach up, big toes pressing to the mat, look up. Hands come back down to the floor, sweep back for three-legged dog. Press forward, toes come to the floor, chest comes to the mat, lift up, pull up. Moving all the way back, left leg to float. Take a look forward. Bring that foot all the way in between your hands. Breathe in, lift up, nice and strong. Hands come back to the mat, three-legged dog. Toes come to the floor as you press forward, chest to the mat. Inhale to peel up. Move all the way back. Down dog. Gently coming down to knees. Going to stay nice and low, chest up nice and tall, and fall all the way in. Hands grabbing hold of your heels. Brow dropping in towards the floor. Let your elbows rest on the mat. Breathe in, pulling back up. We're going to head back into our flow and add some more strength moves. Hands move into your heart. Take the breath. Exhale to start your flow. Lift up, reach up. Fall in to down dog, palms flat, heels low. Straight away right leg. Bring it forward in between your hands, pressing to straight legs, triangle. Revolve. Pyramid. Three-legged dog, kick it all the way back. Toes come to the floor, you move forward, lower down towards the mat, chest lifts. Move all the way back, straight away, left leg to float. Look forward, straight legs as you press out to find triangle, lift up. And revolve. Pyramid, fall in nice and deep. Your hands could rest at your shins here. We're lifting out to find three-legged dog, kick all the way back. Then press forward into plank. Lower all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back. Right leg to float all the way to the roof. Gently bring that foot all the way in. Stay with the lunge in front, lift up. Gently come down. Now we're taking this right leg back for a side plank. So as soon as those heels come to touch, lift up, hips up nice and high, eye gaze to fingers. Hands come back down to the mat. You can use your knees if you need to, chest to the floor. Press up. Move all the way back, straight away left leg. Look forward, bring that foot in between your hands. Stay in the lunge position, lift up. Hands come back to the mat. As soon as your heels come to touch, you lift into your side plank, eye gaze to fingers. Hands back to the mat. Use your knees if you need to, chest to the floor. Press out, push up. Move all the way back. Gently come down to knees. Slide your hands into your knees, lift up, look up, interlace your fingers. Pull your hands back away from the body. Take a look forward and bring your hands back to your heart. Ready to move through our flow. We're going to add a little wild thing in here as well. So keeping those palms nice and flat, remember to keep your fingers connected. Take your breath. Exhale to release all the way up. Bring the hands forward into down dog, palms nice and flat, right leg straight away float. Bring that leg all the way in, pressing out to straight legs, open up. Revolve. Pyramid as you fold in a little deeper. Remember, hands can be at your shins. We're kicking back straight away to three-legged dog. Lift up. Move forward into plank. Lower your chest to the floor. Use your knees if you need to. Lower and lift. Moving all the way back straight away. Left leg comes to float. Take a look forward in between your hands, pressing out straight legs. Open. Revolve. Pyramid. Hands pressed to the mat. Kick all the way back, three-legged dog. Move forward into plank, lower down, hold. Press away from the floor, lift up. Move all the way back. As soon as you come to land, right leg to lift up. Look forward, bring that foot in between your hands. Energize as you lift up. Coming back to the mat, here's our extra 2 moves. So as you bring your heels back together, you're in side plank, lift up. Then press out, come back into down dog. Right leg to float, and then we're dropping that right leg back behind you, pressing into straight legs. Take a look at your fingers. Wild thing. Come back to your center. Press forward to plank. Use your knees if you need to. Chest comes to the floor. Pressing up, pushing up. Move all the way back. Left leg. Bring your foot in between your hands. Press that foot to the mat, lift up. Coming all the way back down. As soon as your hands land, you're sliding that leg back to find your side plank. Lift up with your hips, eye gaze. Then hand moves back to the mat. Three-legged dog, left leg. And then you're dropping your foot back behind you to find your wild thing. Coming back to your plank. Chest to the floor, knees if you need to. Press away from the mat. All the way back. Dropping down to knees, sliding your hands in, lifting up. Come back to center. Interlacing your fingers, a good roll of the wrists, pressing knuckles out in front, then lifting all the way up. Use this to catch your breath. Interlace your fingers back behind the head. We're moving out a little deeper into our side angle, eye gaze all the way up. Come back to center, all the way to the other side. Coming back to center, lift up. Take a look forward, back all the way through. One more strength move to add to our flow. Catching your breath, shoulders pulling back, try not to overthink it. Exhale to release, breathe. Down dog is your first move. As soon as your heels come to touch, you're in three-legged dog, right leg. Bring that foot all the way in between your hands, lift up with the body, press into straight legs. Revolve triangle, come across the body, pull the body up. Fold in nice and deep, straight legs into pyramid. You're moving back into your three-legged dog, lift. Then press forward to plank. Use your knees if you need to, chest to the floor and hold. Press away from the mat, up dog, look up. Tucking your toes. Left leg to float as soon as your heels touch. Take a look forward. Bring that foot in between your hands. Pressing out for straight leg, open up, lengthen up, look up. Coming across your body, wrapping all the way. Pyramid pose, hands might be at your shin. Hands move flat, you move forward to sweep that leg all the way up to the roof. Feel those palms press nice and flat, you're forward into plank, chest comes low. Then press up. Move all the way back, down dog. Straight away, right leg to the roof. Take a look forward. Bring your foot in between your hands, float up. Side planks coming up as your hands come down, you're turning to the open side of your body, lift up. As you press back, that right leg's in three-legged dog, float all the way over, drop the foot behind you. Coming all the way back, and you're sweeping all the way through for the same leg, same side. Hands come back to the mat, three-legged dog. Move forward to find your plank, control your down, heart lifts up. Move all the way back. As soon as that left leg floated to the roof, take a look forward, Foot moves in between your hands. Breathe in, press away from the mat, lift up. Front knee is bent. Coming back down to the mat, sweep back for three-legged dog. Then drop your foot behind you to find wild thing. Then hand comes to the mat. Sweep that same leg all the way through, lift up. Hand moves back to the mat, kick all the way back. Press forward, lower all the way down. Up dog, down dog, and come to rest. Heart lifts first, then fold all the way in. Breathing in, sliding your hands through to your heart, a little roll of your shoulders, a roll of your wrist. Pressing knuckles forward, interlace the fingers and tips of your thumbs come together, shoulders rolling back. Breathing in, lifting up. Then sliding in, folding out nice and deep out to one side if you can. Breathe, come back to center all the way to the other side. Breathe, come back to center. We're pressing up, pushing up, hips moving forward, heart lifting. Coming into our next move, nice and wide for our hips and back. So hands are moving in by the hips, elbows pulling back by the waist. Hips are moving forward and eye gaze to the roof. Take a breath. Come back to center. Bring one foot up into your hand if you can grab hold. Then use the hips to move forward, elbows pulling back behind the body, heart open. Then breathe, come back to center, release with control, change legs. So lift up nice and high with that foot, grab hold, hands to hips, hips move forward. Then take a look forward, let your toes come to the mat, sit back onto your heels, so toes are tucked under. Shoulders are rolling back. Breathing in to lift up nice and straight with your arms. Draw that belly in. Pulling down to cactus arms nice and wide with the elbows. Make some space between your fingers. Then press out, push out to one side. Press out and reach out as far as you can. Come back to center all the way to the other side. Breathe, come back to center. Make your way into lying down. Back to the floor. Nice flat back. So roll the spine in, let the shoulders rest on the mat. Interlace your fingers and press up to the roof. So I'm just shuffling the shoulders so I can feel my shoulder blades pressing to the mat and full belly pulling to the floor. I'm going to bend at the right knee and then kick that foot up and then flip the fingers and maybe grab hold. If you can't grab hold, then you're holding onto your ankle, but keep your hips at the floor. You may be here holding onto ankles, or if you're able to, then really press the hips low and extend the toes past your brow. Bend at your knee. We're changing legs, interlace your fingers, press up, shoulders stay on the floor, but the arms are long. Draw the knee into chest and then kicking up into straight legs, flip your grip if you can to grab hold. And bend your knee to release, slide your feet to the floor, coming into butterfly, laying down, hands long down by your side, knees heavy out to the side. Breathing in, lifting up with your knees, extending your legs. We're in our final resting pose, savasana. Let the belly of your calf fall on its side, heels and toes pointing out, and then rolling the bicep and tricep up towards the roof. So more of your pointer and your thumb are on the floor. Make sure you have enough room for your neck. For the first few breaths, just send the breath to the belly. Now Shavasana is all about refueling and relaxing. So stay here as long as you like. You can either press pause or stop. Once you've given yourself permission to take a rest, if you're able to catch some good nothingness in your breathing and in the mind, bending at the knees, rolling onto your side, and pulling the body up to tall. Our final seated position is called Lotus or Padmasana. Knees are falling low, chest is up nice and tall. Hands moving to the heart center. Nice big breath in and a slow breath out. Namaste.